All right. So I think right now you have pretty much a very good idea about the Power BI user interface, also how we create the graphs, etc. But this video specifically, we will see how the Power BI interface actually works. So I will go to a fresh tab. So this is a fresh tab that we have. So on the right hand side, if you see, we have three panes. So the first one is the filter pane. If you want to filter anything, let's say we have already seen how we can use filter using the calculate function. You can do the same using this filter pane. Let's say you want to put a particular filter, you can do that here. So there are two options right now: filter on this page. Either you can filter anything on this page, or you can filter for all the pages. So this is for the filter. Then we have the visualization pane where you can use different visualizations. So let's say I want to use a pie chart. So I will just drag the pie chart and I will put it here. And if you just move it, and you can place it wherever you want on this canvas. Similarly, if you want to make any different kinds of charts, let's say you want to make a stacked bar chart, you can do that. Whatever you like, you can do that from here. Now if I create a bar chart, a stacked bar chart, and if I put some values on it, let's say I want to put the total revenue which we have already created, so I will put it on this. So if I put it, you will see some values over there, and then I will put the product category in the y-axis, and you see this is how the chart looks. This doesn't look good, I know, but this is just to show you how you can format this chart. Okay, so that's the main purpose. So okay, so let's take the region which will maybe good. Okay, so we have the region, and let's say I want to change the color, or I want to change the title, whatever I want, I can do it from this option, the middle option. If I go there, you will see the first option that we have is a y-axis. So if you want to change anything in the y-axis, you can do that. If you want to change anything in the x-axis, you can do that. Similarly, we have legend, grid lines. So if you on your graph, if you want the grid lines, so right now I don't know if you can see it or not, but we have some grid lines over here. So if you want to remove it, you can just click here, and now you will see that there is no grid line. So that's about it, the grid line. And then we have the bar. So let's say you want to change the color, you can change it. Actually, let's say I want this color, you can make it, you can change the color. We have the data levels as well. If I put it on, so you will see all the data levels, what is the value. So you can see 4.3 million. And if I hover on this graph, you can see there is a small pop-up which shows what is the region and what is the total revenue for Australia. This is about the formatting options. So here you have the plot area background. So in this graph itself, if you want to put in the background, if you want to put any image or something, you can do that from here. I'm not going to show you that because that is not important. So this is how you can actually format any of your visuals. So for all the visuals, the options are pretty much same. Okay, so now let's look at the fields tab. So what we have in the fields tab, if I just collapse this one, so you can see all the data, all the table names here. And if you open up any table, let's say AW sales, which we are looking at, so here you can see all the columns. So first here you can see the columns. So customer key, you see beside customer key, there is no, you can see there is no icon, right? So maybe if there is no icon, or if there is an icon like this, you can see that this is a inbuilt column. That means the column is already there in the data. But if you look at this one, order quantity, this is a DAX function. We didn't really have it in the main data. So you can see the symbol is a little bit different, and you can see that the symbol is fx. So if it is written as fx, you can say that okay, this is a calculated column. Now if you see beside the quantity sold, you see there is a calculator kind of icon. That means this is a measure. You can say that this is my measure. Okay, so this is how we can drag and drop things from the fields column, and that's about it for the fields column. Now let me quickly show you what is this top position. So first we have the home tab. In the home tab you have a get data option. So in the get data, we have already seen this option, actually how we can take data from different sources. So we have this Excel workbook. So if you have an Excel workbook, then you can connect from here. Data hub, we don't really use it. So this is for Power BI data set. That is, we won't really see this option. So SQL Server, if you want to connect your data from SQL, that is for that one. And then we have the enter data. Enter data is basically like if you want to enter something manually. So you see, we have a column, let's name it name, then let's name it ID. And then in the name, we will put something like Somesh, and then ID will be 1. So like this, and you can create many columns, as many columns as you want, you can do that. So this is how, if you want to enter any data manually, you can do that. So I'm not creating it, I will just close this one. Okay, column is not valid, so let me put something and then cancel it. Stable will be lost. So that's about it, the enter data. And then we have actually the transform data. So this is really important, transform data. So this actually takes us through the query editor. So let's say in the sales data, we see there are some problems. So what we will do, so let's look at a problem. So customer key, we don't have really any button. So let's go and see what is really happening. So you want to check, you will go to the transform data, and in the transform data, you will open up the AW sales data, and you can see in the AW sales data, you will see that the customer key is actually a number, right? So we were looking at the customer key. So customer key is actually a number, but it is not really showing it. So that's fine. We have it. I mean, we don't really have any problem in the data. So that's about the query editor, and that's we have already seen. Now refresh. So let's say the AW sales, your data has changed or it has updated. So in order to update your dashboard as well, you need to refresh your dashboard. Now plus this new visual. So let's say whatever visuals you have here, let's say you want to add more, you want to add something else, you can go to add visual and you can do that. So there are more visuals as well. So if you have in your files, if you have some kind of visuals, you can pull it from there. Then you have a text box. So let's say you want to write something. I think we have already seen this. So let's say I want to write something on my whatever I love Power BI. And then if you want to make the size bigger, so there is a pop-up already, you can make it bigger. So let's say 18, and then you can actually align it. And then if you want to change uh, the font, then you can do that. This is about it. This is about the text. And then here you have a new measure, quick measure. We will not look at this option. The new measure, this is, I mean, new measure is basically how you create the measures, and then publish. We will not see this option. Now let's go to insert. So in insert, let's say you want to add any image. There is an option called image. You want to add any shape. So let's say I want to add a rectangle. I can add it, and then from here again in the format pane, I can format it. So let's say I will go to effect, and let's say I want okay, background doesn't work here. I will go to style, and you see, let's say I don't want to fill it. Okay, so I will just close this one, and you see there is a button, but that is not filled. I want to change the color. I will change the color from here, dark to light. If you want to put a border, if you want to put a text on this, you can do that from here. That's about it. Then you have some buttons, and in buttons I really want to show you one thing. If you come to this navigator, there is a page navigator option here. If you put the page navigator here, you see there is a page navigator already created. I will just remove this one so that you can see it clearly. Let me remove them. Actually, I don't know why it is coming, but let's put it on top. Now let's say I want to go to page 1 from this page. So here, if I have a page navigator, I will just click, and you see it takes me to the page 1. This is really interesting. I really like this feature. So you can use a navigator here. Then bookmark, we will later see how we use the bookmarks, but for not this course. Then if you want to put any arrow, left arrow, right arrow, you can do that from here. Then these options are not really useful for us because you see new visual, more visual, these are pretty much we have. Then we will go to the modeling tab. In the modeling tab, again, new measure. If you want to create a new measure, new column, new table, etc. Linguistic schema, etc. We don't really need to see these things. Now in the view, in this tab, let's say I want to change this Power BI theme. You see there is a color automatically selected, and now I want to change my whole dashboard to a whole different color. So let's say I want to do this, I will just click on this and you see every single thing changes. So this is how you can actually change the theme as well. So you can change the theme. I will just revert it back. And then page view, the page view is really important. So let's say I am increasing the page size. How you can increase the page size? I will click on the blank canvas, I will go here, I will go to canvas setting, and see this is the type is 16 is 16 and 9. And what I will do is I will make it custom, and let's say I want to increase the height by 3000. You see what happens now? The canvas is actually a bit narrow, right? It has become narrower. So what I can do, I will go to the page size and I will make it fit to width. You see now everything is fine. We have a scroll because our height is 3000. So that's about it. And then this is really important, the lock object. So once you have many graphs in a particular tab, then you can actually use this feature. So if I use this, what will happen? You cannot shift anything from anywhere. Okay, so you see I'm trying, but if I just close this one and then I can actually move it. So lock object actually locks all the objects so that you cannot move it. Then we have this grid line, which is a good feature if you want to align your if you want to align your graphs and charts. So you see I am putting it like this, and then I will take this one and I will put it, I want to align the top, so I will put it like this. So this is how you can align all your charts and graphs. Then we have the sync slices, etc. We will not really see this option because these are not required to create a dashboard. So that's about it. That's about all the report view. And I hope you like this video.